Hello, welcome to Christiana Pranayama. I'm Christiana. Thank you so much for being here today. Today is a very special practice. It is Beltane, or May Day, the day after Walpurgisnacht for all the Germans out there. And it's a very special day for anybody who lives in the Northern Hemisphere on planet Earth, because today is the day that we leave behind everything associated with winter. Any of those cold spring days are probably just about done, and spring is officially here. All the flowers are in bloom, all the insects have hatched, the butterflies are out, and from here on out it's just going to get more beautiful, more lush, bigger flowers, and more like summer. Go ahead and grab a mat and let's get started. Beltane is a fire festival. It's about fertility and the first harvest, so things like chives, lettuces, turnips, radishes, all those like kind of spicy baby greens that you think about when you think about spring are all here. So this practice is going to be bringing in those little spicy vibrations within the body. And since Beltane is a fire festival, we're going to practice a little bit of breath of fire pranayama. This is really good for helping your blood flow, helping get rid of old toxins, old like energies that are kept within the body. With fire breathing, we're going to be breathing in and expelling our air with a little bit of force so that the inhale actually comes more natural than the exhale. Inhale and then exhale, 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 yep, exhale. And between those exhales, your body naturally inhales. So it's going to look something like this. And try and do it through your nose if you can, but if you have a stuffed nose and need to do it through your mouth, that's fine. You might get rid of a booger here or there, so be careful, keep a tissue close by. And you can do rounds of 5, 10. You're going to ideally work up 2 sets of 50 with maybe like a 30-second break in between each set. But if you try and start that immediately, you're gonna get really dizzy, you might get nauseated, it's not good for you, you might even pull something. So just keep it pretty short to start with, and follow along with me. If you wanna start off slow, actually let's go ahead and start off slow. So take a nice big inhale in, open up those ribs, and then exhale, 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 exhale. Work it up a little bit. Maybe faster. And if you notice that you start to inhale sharply as well, you're actually forcing yourself to hyperventilate. So that's when you stop, take a few breaths, reset. The only energy you should be expending in this is the outward exhale. Very tight, very pointed, like you're trying to blow out a candle flame just with the air from your nostrils. Let's do it one more time. Inhale in, nice and big. Inhale, exhale, let it all go. Roll out the shoulders a little bit. You can get some tension stuck in the body with that, so just work it out, move the shoulders around. Great. I'm already feeling a little bit warm within the body, so let's go ahead and start our yoga. Go ahead and come into child's pose. Bring your knees out wide if you can, big toes are touching. And then bring your hips back to sit on your heels. If this is far enough for you, you can just stay here and kind of move the shoulder blades in and out. But if you have an opening in the back of your back, in your lower back, go ahead and come down. Also, if this is as far as you can go, that is fine. And just move it back and forth. Don't keep anything stagnant here. Try and keep the energy flowing, keep it all moving. And if you're one of those people that can go down all the way, now's the time to go ahead and crawl your fingers out and bring your forehead down to the mat. We're going to take about 3 breaths here, just letting go of everything. All right, now before you get too settled in, go ahead and tent your fingers and come back up to a seated position. Come onto all fours. We're gonna wake up the spine with some cat and cows. So go ahead and inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale around the spine, tailbone down to the knees, nose to your chest. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale around the spine, nose to chest. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale around the spine. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to a neutral spine. And straighten your right leg out behind you, keeping those toes tucked, and push back into your heel. Remember to breathe here. And if it's comfortable for you, you can actually bring your left arm straight out beside your left ear. If this is comfortable for you, you can practice lifting up your back right leg and balancing. Try to not let your belly fall to the mat, but knit those lower abs together and try and bring your belly button to your spine. That'll give you some nice integrity in your core. One more breath here. Breathe in. Exhale, bring it back down to the mat. We're going to try on the other side. So straighten that left leg, keeping the toes tucked. Push back into the heel, breathing here. Come back and find stillness. Bring your right arm behind, or to the side of your right ear, alongside your head. And if this is comfortable for you, you can lift up that back heel, keeping your belly button pulled towards your spine. Breathe nice and big here. Really push that heel to the back of your mat. Exhale, bring it back down. And then tuck the toes. We're going to come into a forward fold here. So baby step your feet to the middle of your mat. Try and keep your belly button tucked into your spine. And then just fold forward here. Let something go. We're going to do a lovely IT band stretch before we come up. So go ahead and place your left hand on the mat right in front of your face. Big toes can be touching, or your feet can be a little further from each other. Whatever is going to be comfortable for your hips. You want a nice opening back here before you even start. And then you're going to bend your left knee and open up your right hand to the ceiling. Straighten out that right leg if you can. You should get a really intense feeling in your outer leg. And try and look up to the ceiling with your eyeballs if you can. If it's not comfortable for your neck, just let it hang. Exhale, bring your right hand back down to the mat. Place it where your left hand was, directly in front of your face, and then bend your right leg and open up your left hand up to the ceiling. Try and straighten that left leg to get a nice stretch in that IT band. Ooh. And if your hand doesn't reach the floor here, you can always come up onto your fingertips. And keep your knees as bent as you need to. You don't have to straighten either of your legs here. And exhale, bring your left hand back down. We're just gonna roll up vertebrae by vertebrae to the the top. You can keep your knees bent. Then roll the shoulders back. That's great. Nice and warmed up. So now, come to turn on your mat. We're going to set our legs kind of wide, and we're going to do a goddess pose here. So bring your toes out, not 90 degrees, we're not doing ballet, no plies here. About, what is that, 45 degrees? Your knees should be tracking kind of over your toes, maybe even like further out. You want to still be able to see your big toes on the other side of your knee, on the inside of your knee. So inhale, open the arms, circle them wide overhead, try and go down as low as you can. Exhale, straighten the legs, arms come back down. Inhale, butterfly, open wings up, bend the knees. Exhale, arms back to the side, straight legs. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, straight legs. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, straight legs. One more. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Keeping your legs straight, go ahead and interlace your fingers behind you at your tailbone if you can, or further down. Try and keep the heels of your hands as close together as possible. And then you're going to inhale, look up, try and pull your hands down to the mat. And then exhale, bend forward, bringing your fist up to the ceiling. If this hurts your hamstrings, you can bend your legs as much as you want. It feels good for me to keep them straight though. Just take some breaths here. Try and let something go. There's a lot going on right here. Inhale, look up, straighten the spine, just halfway. Let the hands go so that they're open. And then you're going to bend your right knee and come down into Skandasana. Okay? Inhale, straight back, arms straight. Bend the left leg, come down to the mat. 2 more like this. Inhale, straight back, arms wide. Exhale to the right. Inhale, open arms. Exhale, left knee bends. 1 more, inhale, open arms. Exhale, right knee bends. Inhale, open arms. Exhale, left knee bends. And you'll just come back to center, straight legs. Walk your hands over to the left side of the mat and bring your left foot back to meet it, just in a plank position. We're gonna lower all the way down to the mat in one piece if you can. And then do a heart opening cobra here. So you can either keep your hands on the mat next to your ribs, or you can open your hands up to the side of the mat. I like doing this because it gives me more space in the shoulders. So inhale, lift the nose, look up, push into the floor with your hands, open the chest. Exhale, come back down, roll down slowly. 2 more, inhale, look up. You can push into the mat with the tops of your feet. Exhale, come back down. 1 more, spine up, nose up. Exhale, come back down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes. Let's push back into our first downward dog. You're gonna go ahead and pedal out your feet, getting some opening in the back of your legs here. And then come to find stillness. We're going to do a vinyasa flow next. So get ready to focus, stay centered, and move that energy through the body. So go ahead and lift that right leg. If you like opening it up, you can do that. Push that knee to the ceiling. And then exhale, bring your foot to the outside of your right hand. If you need to pull it up, that's fine. And then we're just gonna do an easy twist here, just opening up to the ceiling. Try and keep a lot of integrity in that left leg. Really straighten that knee, push the heel to the back of the mat. That should open up your right hip a little more, actually. One more breath here. Reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, cartwheel your arm down, and then we're gonna just open up to the other side. So bring that left foot onto the mat to give you a little more stability. Open up the right arm to the or the left arm to the ceiling. Breathe here. Swim the left arm forward and down, and then heel toe your foot in front of you or coming into a high lunge. Inhale your arms up overhead. And you can bend that back knee too to try and make your tailbone go straight down to the mat, and then push that back leg. You should get a really lovely stretch in your lower back and in this psoas muscle. Inhale, fingertips spark up to the ceiling. We're gonna reverse it and bring your right hand, onto your left leg, onto the back of it. Left arm up, left fingers up. Try and look back behind you a little bit if you can. And then exhale into warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down. Right foot meets the left in plank. Bring it all down to the mat. If your knees need to come down first, that's fine. And then we're gonna do some cobras. Inhale, look up, chest up. Exhale. One more. Exhale back down. Tuck the toes. Push up into downward dog. Pedal it out a little bit here. And left side. So go ahead and lift your left leg up. You can open up your hip if you'd like. Bring that knee up to the ceiling. Push it, push it, push it. And then exhale, bring your left foot to the outside of your left hand. You can pull it up if you need to. And then just easy twist, open. Left hand to the ceiling. Remember to keep that right leg nice and strong. Strengthen the knee. Drive back with that heel. One more breath here, spark up to the ceiling. Exhale, swim the arm down. And then inhale. Bring your right hand up to the ceiling. And inhale here. Remember to have that right foot flat on the mat too on this one. One more inhale. Exhale, swim the arm down. And then heel toe your foot so that it's parallel with your hip. It's in between your hands at this point. We're going to inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Remember, bend that back knee so you can get your tailbone lengthening down to the mat, and then straighten that heel towards the back. Bend that front knee. A lot happening here. It looks like an easy posture. It is not. One more inhale up. Exhale, we're gonna bring that left hand to the back of the right leg. Twist. Really bring those right fingertips up to the ceiling. Exhale, cartwheel it out into warrior two. Ooh, that opening feels good. One more breath here. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Bring your left foot to meet your right. And then we're going down to the mat in one piece if you can. One cobra here. Exhale, bring it back down. Tuck the toes, we're coming into child's pose. Wow, I definitely built up a lot of heat in that very short flow. If you find you have any tension being held anywhere in the body, just try and let it go. Right. Tent your fingers, push yourself back up into the seated position. We're going to do some seated postures. Now let's try a couple of twists, since our body's nice and heated up from the inside. Go ahead and sit on your mat, feet out in front of you. Bring your right foot to the other side of your left leg. You can keep this leg straight, or if you have the mobility to move it to the outside of your hip, do that. Grab your right knee, regardless if the left leg is straight or bent. Grab the right knee with the left hand, pull it towards you as you're twisting yourself over to the back of the mat. Inhale your arm out behind you. Try and stay equally on both hips too. Don't pull yourself over to the left side. Keep some weight in the right. Exhale, bring it back to center. And we're going to switch legs. Straighten that right leg out, straighten the left leg. Bring the left foot to the outside of the right. If you have the space, go ahead and bring your right foot to the outside of your left hip. Grab the left knee with your right hand and use that to both pull the knee to you and pull yourself around to the other side. Left hand goes straight back behind you. Remember to stay even on those hips. One more breath. Exhale, bring it back to center. Lovely, lovely. We're going to do a little camel pose here. It can be really intense for some. Might be too intense for me today. We'll see. Go ahead and tuck your toes. Come back to sit on your heels just for a second so you get the proper setup, proper structure. I like to flip my toes because they don't always go all the way up. You can start by grabbing onto your heels and push your chest up to the ceiling, or some people like to start here, pushing their chest up to the ceiling and reaching back for their heels. I find that for me tweaks my back a little bit, so I like to start from here. So just start with a nice straight back. Like I said, grab onto your heels with your hands, and then like somebody's drawing your chest up to the ceiling, just push yourself up. If you can only get to here, that's fine. If you can only get to here, that's fine. If you can only grab your heels, that's fine. If you start to tweak your back in that, you can also just come up onto your knees and put your hands on your lower back. Breathe, chest up to the ceiling. Very, very light back bend here. This one actually feels the best for me today. One more breath here. Exhale, bring it back down. Come to sit on your heels, untuck the toes. Close down the eyes and feel the heat that you've made inside your body. Feel how it just like stays warm no matter what you do. You could even try and relax, try and bring your heart rate down right now, but it would be really difficult because your body naturally wants to warm itself from the inside. And just remember that this feeling is always here for you. It's always here to comfort you, always here to keep you going. And when you feel like you can't go anymore, your body heat is still there. All right, flutter open the eyes again. We're going to come into a pigeon pose. So tuck the toes, step back into a downward dog position. You're going to bring your right knee behind your right wrist, right foot behind the left hand. And if this is as far down as you can go, this is totally cool. If you can go down further, keep letting yourself go down and down and down until you find a nice sweet edge. Not a painful edge, not a sharp edge, a sweet edge. And then just hold here. This posture brings a lot of negative self-talk. So if you find yourself judging yourself or talking down to yourself, or even thinking about anything negative here, memories, whatever, experience them, acknowledge them, but then let them go. Go ahead and tuck those back toes. You're gonna push up into downward dog again. Pedal out those feet. Feel the difference between your legs. And then we'll do the same thing on the left side. So bring your left knee behind your left wrist. Foot behind the right hand. And you'll start by breathing and looking up, trying to get some length in the spine, really push down on those hips. And then slowly move forward. And then just breathe into whatever sensation you have here. Like I said, make it a soft edge, not a sharp or a hard edge. No jagged edges here. And if there's some tension that you can let go of, send your breath to it. Just watch it unravel. Let go of your thoughts, your expectations. Great. Come back up. We're going to practice our straddles here. So open your legs as wide as you can. If you can only get them, 90 degrees apart from each other, totally fine. If this is where you're at, bring your hands on your knees, kind of pull your chest forward and stick your butt out just slightly so that your hips have like a forward angle. Breathe in, look up, and then see if you can just pull yourself any amount towards the floor. If it's really easy for you to get down on the floor here, you might be able to find a little more space. So I just keep trying to line my ankles up with the corner edges of the yoga mat and see how close I can get myself to this front bit. And then just go side to side. Breathe into that really intense feeling happening in the thighs. Find some stillness. Bring your right hand down your right leg. Lift your left arm up to the ceiling. See if you can bring it over your head. Breathe into that side body opening. Inhale, bring it back up to center. Left hand goes down the left leg, right arm up to the ceiling. If you can bring it over your ear, do that. Breathe into the right side body opening. Inhale back to center. And now we're gonna come onto our backs. So bring your knees together, feet, I guess at the front of your mat. You could be at the back too. Let's do it at the back. And I'm gonna take that off. All right, so firming up real nice and tight in the core. This is the only core work we're gonna do today besides that breath of fire. Stick your arms straight out in front of you, and then as slow as you can, bring yourself down to the mat. With your head being the last thing to come down. Try and keep your feet on the mat if you can. All right, bring your knees up to your chest, and then let them drop over to the left side. You can open your right arm out and look over the right shoulder. Slowing it down now. Letting our mind know that we're coming to the end of the practice. And so for these last few minutes, to stay present, to have no anxiety, to just be really here on your mat is exactly where you need to be. And if you just tell your mind that, it'll listen. So bring your knees back to center, and then let them fall off to the right side of the mat. Open up your left hand to the left side, look over your left shoulder. Try and keep both of your shoulders on the ground if you can. Breathe into your lower back. Inhale your knees back to center. Head back to center, and you can straighten out your legs. We're going into Shavasana now for about 5 minutes. So open up your palms to the ceiling, let your feet splay outwards, close down the eyes. And if you're holding on to anything, just let it go. ahead and bring breath back into the body by taking a deep inhale in. Exhale out the mouth. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Roll over to one side. Curl into a fetal position. Give thanks to yourself for showing up today. Give thanks to your mat for supporting you and cushioning you and holding you. Give thanks to the earth for being so dependable in her seasons and her orbit around the sun. Give thanks to the sun for giving us life and food and a beautiful, lush planet to live on. Push yourself up into a seated position. Keeping the eyes closed, bring your hands in prayer at heart center. We're going to close together with an Om. Take a deep inhale in. Om. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Happy May Day. And if you'd like to stick around, I'm actually going to do a tarot reading for you for this wonderful Beltane. So whichever card pops out is going to be the card for the week. Ooh, the Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, the Knight of Pentacles is all about, we're out of time. So if you want to know about the card for this week, sign up for my mailing list down below, and you'll see in the newsletter on Wednesday. Bye.